Joe Fortune, manager of the Senior A hurling team in Ballyboden. Well, up to now, Ballyboden hadn't used video analysis. Even this year when we looked back and we tried to get source videos from the last couple of years and games for the last couple of years, it wasn't being done. And I suppose, having worked with Dublin for a number of years myself in an underage capacity, it was something that we would have done an awful lot of, and I suppose I would have heard a lot about the actual Performa app itself. It's had a hugely positive influence on what we're trying to do, in the capacity that the players now have a basis of going to look at their own analysis as well as a team analysis. Even on pitch side, you know, we've used it. Like, maybe initially it was kind of a scary thing for some of the players to deal with, but I think over the last number of months they've learned to deal with their own application towards the Performa itself. And not only that, but I think on a management perspective, there's an accountability there now for us as a management as well as a group of players. The big thing is maybe diluting the thing from the start, that you're not just bombarding them with lots of information and lots of video work. That we tended to kind of use it very loosely at the start, and the lads over time ended up kind of adopting it into their game and adopting it into, and there's a self-analysis side of everything, no matter what part of sport you're looking at. And I think the lads became very professional about how they dealt with it, and the feedback on it has been extremely positive over the course of the year. Remember, we played county semi-final, we played against Vincent's, and they had a lot of early scoring opportunities, and it became quite dominant. And I remember going to Joe and talking to Joe at a stage in the first half, and it was brilliant to see that those kind of heat patterns that are there for their puckouts, and in regards to the strategies that they were using. Now, look, do you see it yourself as a hurling? Of course you do. But just having that backup analysis that we can point to the players, and we can make sure that the players are accountable, and we can also give something to the players on a visual capacity when it comes to the end of a game. It's very important to remember that overload for a player as well. I think the one great thing about Performa, for me anyway, is that the players can dip in and out as they need, and it's a massively positive app to use in regards to where you want to achieve. Like, you can get a lot out of it, or you can dip in and take that bit out at half time. Like, we'd use a couple of key areas that we'd look at half time, but again, it's post game when lads are sitting at home wondering what happened yesterday, what happened last week. The Performa app allows them to do that, and they can see exactly what they need to see in regards to their own performance. But on a bigger scale, on a team performance, you know, what we've done wrong, what we've done right. And Joe has been brilliant in regards to learning that for the last year in regards to our performance analysis, and he's been brilliant in regards to dealing with the players and to getting the players to buy into the whole system as well. I'd 100% recommend Performa. I think it's the backup that's there and the support that's there from the Performa lads, it's incredible. And look, we didn't use video analysis, and Ballyboden didn't use video analysis for the last number of years. They're now Dublin County Champions and Dublin League Champions. I think Performa has played a part in that.
With Performa, videos are uploaded nearly straight after games. The best thing about it was the convenience of it. You know, you can log in anywhere you like. It's great, like say if you're on a bus or on the go, really, you could just log in on your phone. I think that it's so easy to use as well, Performa, and like when we logged in, you can see your game, you can see the parts of the game that you're involved with. It's been the best video analysis we've had. It's just the convenience of it, as I said, and you just know what parts of the game you actually played in by just one click of a button.
And we found it very useful this year, I think, in terms of preparing us for the bigger championship game. You can explain something quite a bit, but when you show somebody some detail and actual things that have occurred, it's always a bit more powerful, I think, getting a message across. One of the things actually that I like about Performa is that you can choose your different templates. So after the match, we'd have the full template, we'd tag a lot of things, but during a match, we'd slim that down a little bit just to capture key things. What I tried to do then is give some information to the manager and the coaches at half time. All they need is 2 or 3 things from me, and if I can show them on the app, again, it's more powerful than explaining something that we think we're losing puckouts on the left hand side. If you can show them on the app, it's much more powerful, I think, to get that message across. It's been really useful, I think, in helping us to map out a game basically and manage a game much more effectively. You can get a pattern quite visibly, I think. We can teach players almost much more effectively, I think, using this. We used it extensively this year, and in my mind now, I can't imagine how you would go through a season without this, and basically to win a championship or win a league, it's vital.